Let's squish together in one small rain-soaked hotel. As we talk today about the wet movie of the week, Identity, right? So Identity is the story. Let me see if this synopsis is any good.
Let's see if you can do this.
The secret lies within. Complete strangers stranded at a remote desert motel during a raging storm soon find themselves the target of a deranged murderer. As their numbers thin out, the travelers begin to turn on each other as each tries to figure out who the killer is. So, the first thing, let's just start here with this movie. This movie has a fucking incredible cast of stupidly named characters, right?
Yes.
So we have John Cusack. He's our fucking LA detective who is too much for him, and now he's just a fucking really badass, handy limo driver, right? We got Ray Liotta. Yeah, Ray Liotta is
Samuel
Rhodes, right?
Rhodes.
Rhodes Island, right? He is a cop, a detective, a shady-looking one at that, who we find out there's more to his story. You got Amanda Peet, who's the working girl trying to escape and busk out to fucking Florida to be an orange farmer.
Griffey, do you know her name? Do you know her name by chance? Her character name?
Paris. One night in Paris.
Paris, Nevada, if you will.
Yeah, the little tiny hotel I once fucking peed in the parking lot of. That's okay. Yep. That's a crime. I don't need to mention that. All right, we got John Hawkes playing Larry.
Washington.
We've got Alfred Molina as the doctor, Clea Duvall, John C. McGinley, William Lee Scott, Jake Busey, and one of my favorites every time he pops up in a movie, Pruitt Taylor Vance. So this is an absolute stacked fucking cast of kind of character actors.
Rebecca De Mornay.
Right?
You dropped off Rebecca De Mornay.
Rebecca De Mornay. I didn't. Letterboxd did. Okay. The thing that shocked me about this movie, too, this was a James Mangold movie, which kind of blew my mind.
Third movie.
Yeah, because you could see what I would argue about Identity.
Fourth movie.
You asked me when we started, you're like, wait, so Identity is like a beloved, classic, respected movie? And I go, no.
Yeah.
No,
so
it was not.
I don't know what movie I was thinking of, because like this, like, in the realm of this era of movies is such a fast, like 2000 to 2005, there are movies that we've revisited, our generation particularly have revisited, like, you know what? We were really unfair to that movie. It had just like a bad marketing campaign or something.
We were also like, me and you specifically, coming out of film school, so we were probably harsher critics on stuff like this than we should have been.
But I can say, like, I always thought Identity was one of those movies where you're like, oh, dude, Identity is fucking dope. Like, you got to, like, get on that. And I'm like, I mean, I remember it being fine. And then I watched it again, and I was like, still remember it being just fine. And then asking you, I was like, am I thinking of a different movie? And you immediately go, yeah, absolutely. I don't know what movie you're thinking of, but yeah. Different movie.
It's like a 3.2 on Letterboxd, like a right kind of in the middle movie.
Yeah.
It's a plus side of like a meh. Because again, it has such a great cast. It's got really good direction, right? You can really see the hand on the wheel. It's got some fun kind of gimmicks. The whodunit, right? You just put all those actors in a rain-soaked motel. They can't escape. There's a person dying. Everyone's got intrigue. It just kind of works, right?
Yeah.
The trick of this movie, spoilers, if you're really fucking worried about not being able to watch 2003's Identity again in 2026, the gimmick of the movie is that we believe what's happening at the hotel is happening and occurring at the exact same time as the illegal shenanigans that we are fucking dealing with in the real world. In the real world, the defense lawyers found that there was a journal, a crazy John Doe-style journal that shows different handwriting that the prosecution of the state intentionally hid, right? Or through malfeasance, there's some arguing and debating.
Yeah.
But this throws into question the insanity plea of the case, right? That because their client was saying he's insane and they hid evidence of his insanity, they can try to save him the night before he's going to get the death penalty. Because in the real life, Taylor Pruitt, blah, 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 he killed these people, right? Brutally slaughtered these people, right? And so he's getting the death penalty. Right. So the defense and the prosecution come together. Pruitt Taylor Vance, I was one word off. It was driving me nuts.
Oh, yeah. Pruitt Taylor Vance.
They come together and they call this hard Texas judge out in the middle of a fucking rainstorm. And he goes, I don't like being called out here in the middle of the night to deliberate on a case I've already heard. And Alfred Molina's like, here's the deal. This guy cray-cray, right? And we've got a really compelling case. We cut to, because it's raining and storming out, right? There's a big storm. We cut to the motel where there's also a really big storm. And the trick of the movie at the start, and I can't think back to this, like seeing it the first time, like if I was fooled at all.
Yeah.
Or if I was like, what? When Rhodes shows up, right? Rhodes, played by Ray Liotta, shows up. He has a convict that he's transporting.
Yeah.
And
Jake
they're stuck,
Busey.
and they can't get to where they're going. We assume Jake Busey is the murderer and Rhodes is the one who's supposed to be getting him there.
Yeah.
And then people start dying. And it seems unlikely that it's Jake Busey. And this is when in the movie you start going, huh. Of course, the big gimmick is Taylor Pruitt Vance is rolled in and he's the killer.
Yeah.
Every character we've been spending time at the motel with is one of his multiple personalities, because his mom was a prostitute and some bad things happened in the past, and he fractured mentally, right?
Yeah.
It's hard making movies like this where you have the big aha. We just did Shutter Island too.
Yeah.
These movies are fucking tough.
All of these, okay, it's so weird we did Shutter Island, now we're doing Identity. I realize, okay, there is this rain element to, like,
yeah.
If you were doing, like, a movie...
Because when you have mental illness, it's sad in there, dude. It's got to be gloomy and dark.
Right, but also
happy.
I realize the rain is this, it's trying to be, in both movies, it's trying to be this misdirect, almost, where you're like, hey, it's raining outside, so elements, that could be dangerous.
Yeah.
And I'm like...
People are stuck. But
what are you going to do, right?
Let me put you here. Here's the weirdest thing. Both of them just rely on, like, gargantuan, just bowls of stupid that we have to choke down to eat. This one is the defense's case. Yeah. The defense's strategy here is we're going to essentially put on a Greek tragedy in which we will watch this one man do his one-man show where he plays like 9 parts. He's the stuttering, coded autistic fucking insurance adjuster stepdad. This one man's going to do all these parts, right? And at the end, because it literally reminded me of that scene in South Park when he goes, "I'm not Jennifer Lopez, I
swear
Mitch."
to God.
And the hand disappears. He's like, they're dead.
Okay.
But hold on. The defense's case is this man's going to do his one-man show and walk us through which personalities are murdering which.
Right.
At one point, John Cusack, the good character, our lead, comes out, the best personality. And the doctor goes, dude, when you get back in there, you got to kill those motherfuckers and make sure that no one else comes out who's the bad personality. The one thing they barely show, they cut to him like maybe 5 times, it feels like the rest of the movie, is the Texas judge. Every time they cut to him, he's got that surprise masturbator face like, this is fucking wild. Y'all seeing this? This is fucking crazy. This is crazy. And I was like, the idea that he watches this one-man show and at the end he just goes, I see you in an orange grove. And the judge is just like, I don't know about you guys. I'm fucking moved.
This is this is the biggest problem I have with the entire movie, honestly, is because of what you're talking about. Because I got to I finished the movie. We tried, there's a quick story here. We tried doing 2 in one morning, and I don't know what happened. I had a fucking crazy Saturday night. We usually record on Sundays. We're recording in the middle of the week. We usually record 2 in the morning on Sundays. I had an insane Saturday night. Not worth getting into. Family and like personal friend drama and this kind of shit. I came home and I'm like, I'm going to finish watching Identity. I fell asleep with 30 minutes left. I woke up and started watching the 30 minutes I missed and fell asleep again. So I woke up to do the pod and I told Griffey, I was like, dude, I can only do 1. I'm going to fucking die if I don't go back to sleep right now. So it was like this whole thing. So watching the last 30 minutes of this, again, not like it's revelatory because I've seen this movie before, but it's also one of those things where it's just like this refresher chorus. And I'm so glad you said this because the whole time I'm like watching the movie and when it gets to that part, it's like, you got to go in there and kill everyone. I'm like, oh my God, these guys have been sitting here the entire time watching this guy. That's awful. Yeah. They've been watching bad dinner theater.
We cut to Pruitt's character. He's just like, I see you in an orange grove. It's like, Put some fucking set. That's Theater 101. Talks to the people
Like,
in the
at
back
least
row
some
can
set
hear what-
pieces or something. Jeez.
Yeah. Oh my God. What the hell? Like no intermissions? Like what if someone got up to pee when the little boy got blown up in the car? They don't know about that. Like this is
Come
on. Yeah, I was like, does this take place over an hour, 5 hours? Like, I don't fucking know. Overnight, right? So not that long. But here's the thing that I was laughing at. I was like, so Alfred Molina's plan
Yeah.
to get this murderer off of death row is that one of his personalities has to kill like 9 of his other personalities. So even the one who makes it has to have a comfortable and fast and loose relationship with murdering people that are in your way.
I did not get it at all. Like,
Let me ask you this.
I had forgotten that that's what it
this.
was.
Yeah, it's such a weird, and the way it comes in the movie is kind of bizarre to me.
Yeah.
It kind of has this cool setup, right, where they're going back through the crimes and they start finding the room keys and it's a countdown and they go back and all the bodies are gone. You're like, that's kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a version of this movie that's just the motel that actually could have worked and maybe been a little more popular? Or does the psychological, like, oh, dude, you didn't see Identity? And it's that one moment is a huge X factor that I am not quantifying.
Sure. If you keep it to, if you keep the reveal to the very end of the movie, like that's the ending of the movie. Like, if the end of the movie is like a primal fear thing where you're like, oh, well, of course, we can't have, it's a mistrial for sure. Like, if you end it with like a Law and Order, like, ending, maybe there's a better version of the movie.
This is, we forgot to mention, this is the rare double twist, right? Where Amanda Peet gets out.
It's not even a good double twist, though.
Right, so the judge lets him go.
Yeah.
And then as the van's going, she's out there and she just like, it's one of those things that I just laugh at. Amanda Peet just grabs like a little hoe and just starts scratching the bottom of a tree like nothing that would be like actual farm work or whatever. And all of a sudden, that little kid's just whacking his wrist all weird with the thing. And he's like, whores don't get second chances. And Alfred Molina goes, what was that? And opens the fucking gate.
The mesh like a fucking idiot. God.
So that's the double twist, is that they didn't actually kill all the personality. They didn't kill the bad personality, which we assumed was Gary Busey.
We thought it was Busey.
Also, might I add, we'll get to this, but the breakout of which of these are good and bad is not great odds. Neither here nor there. But I do think there's an audience. Like, I think our parents aging up, that this kind of twist makes this movie much more than it achieves to me.
The second
twist? And I wonder if you... No, the first one, that it's all in his mind. I think, like, my mom was like, oh, fuck, dude, when this movie came out. Like, that's right in her
there's
wheelhouse.
like a 12 Angry Men, Bad Seed sort of thing going on. So you're like, okay, I could probably, like... It's...
But that's what I mean. Go down that road with me. Is there a version of this where James Mangold just does 12 Angry Men in a rain-soaked slaughter fest at a motel that's just a way better movie?
But no, we're not doing theater of the mind, though, correct?
It's all real.
Yeah, I mean, if you just do like a murder and then it becomes... Because here's the thing, it's based on... So there's on Wikipedia, it says it's based on an Agatha Christie whodunit called And Then There Were None, which I've never read. Mm-hmm. But if it really is, then yeah, you could just do an Agatha Christie ending where you just, summon all the players and say, you, that whole... The bit that they do at the end of every Knives Out and that episode of 30 Rock. Like, there are plenty of examples out there of good whodunits. So, yes, like, 100% you could do an Agatha Christie version of Identity that ends that way. And that's a satisfying ending, by the way.
And this is their version of an Agatha Christie. So, like,
But we're in 2003, and The Matrix has come out, so now everything is a little...
Well, I think this one personally was worried about getting lost in that. There was a moment in the 90s when 7 hit. And everyone was racing to be like a 7 clone, right?
7's 97 or 98, something like that?
97, right? But yeah. I think after that you had this long tail of movies that were like rain-soaked, fucking cool, slick detectives solving crimes. And I think if you didn't have that like extra psychological layer, I think the fear of this movie, the producer's fear, probably the writer's fear, was that this gets lumped in with that, the bone collector. Along came a spider. Like, there were so many fucking 7 riffs after that.
Well, again, there's also, man, it's just so strange too, because we grew up in such a fascinating, like our movie time to like grow up and go to the movies by ourselves and shit was such a fascinating realm of like, you really like they were still like doing a lot of mid-range movies that like didn't cost like wasn't the cost of a tentpole, but it wasn't the cost of an indie. And so the thing was like,
they were paying cast on this movie. Like this is
this is a solid early 2000s cast. This is Cusack, Liotta. Liotta alone, by the way, is like that's a big get. Like,
dude, they're all fucking so good in this movie, and that's the part of me where I was like. The cast just in that motel, I was like, when I was there, I was fucking vibing the motel. Yeah. And then they cut away, and it was like one of those, like, once you know the twist, it's hard to go back and rewatch the movie because it's like, why are they cutting back to these dipsticks?
Yeah.
Like, and that's the other thing. You're like, clearly Gary Busey's not doing these murders. Like, I know enough about movies to know that.
You know what, though? That's the fatal flaw in the movie. Actually, that's what I'd say is the fatal flaw, is the cutback after... When Molina's character goes, you got to go back and kill everyone. I'm like, nope, I'm out. Like, now you're doing just like stupid torture porn almost. I mean,
I think
it's not what it ended up being.
Because think of this. He says, go back. And Cusack's just like not there anymore.
Sure.
He goes back. He does the fucking like Predator or the Batman move on Amanda Peet. And he's like, be cool. He literally just walks around a corner and goes, bat, 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 bat. There's no trickery. There's no fight. They just waste each other immediately. So it's like they just throw it back. But before that, we know, like here's a moment. Once you put that bat down Busey's throat, once you do the like Ray Liotta's actually killed a cop and he's a convict, right?
Yeah.
As an audience, we're smart enough to know we're like, this can't be it, right? Like that can't be enough. And why are we talking to these legal guys? And it's like, you see the misdirects, right? Like the first time, it feels, oh, okay, clever. I wonder if that all adds up. The second time, you're just like, it's so bizarre to me that studio math dictates that if you add this thing in that is objectively pretty dumb to me and kind of throws off like the movie's cooking at that motel.
Yeah.
And now you're just taking us out of there to do this other thing because some old exec's like, you know what was great? Twilight Zones. And this is a long Twilight Zone
very much
reveal. But it's just like, it's such a bizarre, like, for that to be in 2003 that we didn't just make the gnarly guy murdering people in the motel. I've always thought this was the weirdest because this one doesn't feel like The Sixth Sense and others that had those big reveals. This feels kind of shoehorned into a movie that someone wanted to make.
I wouldn't even call it shoehorned. It's so understated, though. Like, you're just like,
yeah,
all right, well, I guess I should have known when someone's name was Lou Isiana. But that's on me. It's like one of those things. Well,
but
it's like one of those things where
movie.
You just you have to sort of like let go because again, a lot of implausible things happen within the movie. Like I'll say right now, it has
complete story. It has plot armor galore.
Yeah, the mom getting hit by the car. She doesn't survive. She dies like rapidly. Like, I'm sorry. That's just physics. Like, when you get fucking obliterated by a car, you're just, like, that's not even plot. It's just like, oh, she died for sure. Like, as quickly as possible.
Well, it's not the insurance husband who's, like, coded autistic. Like, he knows he's just, like, Rain Manning around where he's, like, 82% away. He doesn't have road flares and cones galore.
I'm going to tell you right now,
like, fuck off.
I'll say this, too. It is a fucking waste of John McGinley. I love John McGinley in movies, and he's so good. I think he is fucking criminally wasted in this movie.
Well, let's pause here. I think we ran our like Twilight Zone thing. I do just think it's such a funny, like, it's kind of like that end of that era of the studios, right? Where it's like, this is a hook, kid.
Oh yeah,
this is a hook. This will have them talking it Monday on the water cooler, and it feels like it just got in the way of a much better movie because the motel is fucking rad. It's a great setting. Everyone's fucking trapped, and the characters are great. And see, I disagree with you. McGinley is a great actor. He's been one of those guys who just plays weird roles all over the place.
Yeah.
Like he played like a mean version of this guy in Highlander 2, right? Like he just pops up and shit all the time and is just good. And that's the thing. This cast doesn't have a dud except for maybe what's her name? Clea Duvall's boyfriend.
Yeah.
No, boyfriend.
Oh, the boyfriend, Lou Isiana? Yeah.
Yeah. Lou Isiana, who's just like they're driving. He's like, "Don't let these people in." He sees a hooker, and he's like, "Get in."
Never mind, get in.
Like, okay, so there's like a horn dog, right? Like a classic outside of a 7-Eleven. Is that guy on meth, or does he have a huge dick?
Sure.
Horn dog, right? He's kind of the one dud. The kid's fine for what he's doing, but look at the rest of this cast, man.
Oh no!
Look at the rest of this cast.
I'm
Amanda
not disputing
Peet
the cast
at the height of her
at all.
powers, right? John Hawkes, Ray Liotta, John Cusack, John C. McGinley, Clea Duvall. Like
Rebecca
these
De
are
Mornay, Pruitt,
Rebecca
Taylor
De Mornay.
Vance, like,
These are great actors, and they all have these like beautiful little like moments where they're just kind of subtly bouncing off each other, and as they get more agitated, it just picks up speed. We find the actress's head in the thing. The convict ripped the toilet out. They got to find him. They do. And then it bats down his throat. And John Hawkes has a guy in the fucking like the way they laid that scene out is so fucking compelling. And the cast is so good. It's like, yes, I realize I'm reading a low cost pulp novel, right?
Sure.
But it's fucking good.
You know
That's
what,
why they
though?
sold so many of those things.
But see, to your point, and I agree with this, I think like this twist, it should have just been a murder. Like it should have just been a murder mystery. Any sort of psychological twist to it kind of honestly just like takes the piss out of the whole thing. Like you're basically wasting a location when you think about it. Like you're not giving us any like the iconography's gone because you're like, okay, so that place
that
exists
might
nowhere.
be where his mom got blasted when he was a kid. It kind of has like a whatever. A lot of this goes back to his mom.
If that's
so
the
Amanda
case,
Peet is clearly his mom's
mother.
avatar.
Yeah.
Right.
Like there's
John
pieces.
Cusack was probably the cop that found him when all that went down. Like you could kind of track it.
John McGinley was probably some sort of doctor he had. Like there are plenty
He was
of
the dentist who was spending the weekend clapping his mom up. He's like, fuck that guy.
John Hawkes was definitely his like parole officer or some shit. Like there's
that was so I've got this figured out, man.
Yeah, okay, you have him. Okay, tell me who you think.
John C. McGinley is the rich dentist who goes there. She puts his balls in a zip tie,
beats cheeks,
and spanks him, right?
Okay,
and he cries, and then he goes back home to his wife he doesn't love in his big-ass mansion, right?
Got it, okay.
John Hawkes is the guy who's at home, he's like the boyfriend, who's kind of in and out.
Interesting,
and, you know, where his prostitute mom's like, he's really the one. He's actually not that bad. He maybe is like mean and hits the kid around a little bit.
Sure, yeah, okay.
The guy in the freezer who owned the motel is the version of the dad that he wished he had, right?
Okay.
That this kind of in and out stepdad is replacing.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
I think Clea Duvall is another working girl who helped him, like was an auntie.
Right.
Right.
What
and
about
her shitty boyfriend.
Right. Okay.
They're
cool.
the characters. Right. The mom who dies is the idealized version of motherhood he had from childhood before he found out his. And this movie also is not kind to sex workers.
No,
because
not at all.
it's the early 2000s. We have no like. Sex work is work and whatever. This has like an older stank to it.
Okay, well,
so I think in the movie that mom who dies is the idealized mom. Amanda Peet's the prostitute. John Cusack's the cop who found him after.
Right.
Ray Liotta may be a version of that same cop.
Okay.
But he just like the guy he didn't trust and was meaner to his mom. Maybe a cop
Sure.
who harangued his mom.
Sure.
Gary Busey is the stand-in
Jake
murderer.
Busey.
Jake
Jake
Busey.
Busey. Yeah.
God, if you would put Gary Busey in this, Jesus H. Christ.
If you would put Gary
Liotta to Busey and then Gary Busey to that.
If you would put Gary Busey in this movie, everybody in the audience would been like, it's obviously Gary Busey. And then like
But no, you make him the Rhodes and you make Rayleigh and neither here nor there. Right? And then Busey's character is the murderer he became. And the little boy is obviously the version he was before his innocence was shattered.
But what about Rebecca De Mornay?
Ooh, I didn't account.
This
I
is
keep
the
not
one
accounting for her
I
in
know.
this movie.
She is the one that is like the outlier
you know
for
what
me.
she is? You know what she is? She's the one where the mom just had a really good weekend, right? The dentist just came in. He brought 3 of his pals. It's a convention weekend. She's just fucking hog-tying dentist all weekend.
Okay.
This is his mom going out and living high on the hog, even though they know that the home life is not right. And she's an actress, right? What is the thing that a man who's not kind to sex workers think?
I'll buy that.
They pretend to like all that. I think that might be it. She's the one I didn't really put a lot of thought
here's
into.
the thing. I don't know if you did this intentionally. I do like that all of the female characters in this movie essentially are avatars for some aspect of his mother's personality, other than Cleveland. Like, I like that I appreciate that that's how it works. However, again, all I kept thinking about at the end of this movie was, God, dude, what is the fucking dinner theater situation? Staring at this guy go through this, like,
this was back in the heyday of physical media release.
I know.
They should have had an entire 45-minute cut. It was just in that
Pruitt
room.
Taylor Vince just doing it.
It's literally 12 Angry Men just watching him like, I'm not even pregnant. And he goes, what'd you fucking say?
What'd you fucking say? I mean,
you don't own my body. And he goes, I own a part of what's in your body. I'm not even pregnant.
There is a huge,
how was that not a thing
missed
that
opportunity. Pruitt Taylor Vince is also back in the heat as Jonathan Kent.
What the fuck?
This is like, okay, if there was ever
how do
a
we
time,
have 18 cuts of Brazil? We don't have 45 minutes of this.
I just want 45 minutes of Pruitt Taylor Vince doing the actual motel stuff from Identity. And I think, given that his recent...
Dude, that's the other movie they could have just made that would have been better.
That's the movie they could have made. Pruitt Taylor Vince would have gone on to be like the greatest performance artist that ever lived. And they still would have cast him as Jonathan Kent.
We're always trying to figure out how do you make the cheapest one-location movie. This is it.
There it is right there.
This is the thing. Identity
wasn't big enough. What a missed opportunity.
If we could do a YouTube recreation where it was just like, I'll just play it. You're like, oh, how dare you? And it's just, you're the judge and you're like, God damn it. And we made a 45-minute YouTube short film. No one on earth, they'd be like, Identity, the motel movie? And you're like, no, not 1408, the other John Cusack. That's the hotel movie. We're talking about the motel.
And honestly, the next time, if anybody gets to interview Pruitt Taylor Vince for a movie, whether it's like Man of Tomorrow or something like that.
You think we could get him? What's his rate?
I don't know. Honestly, I would like to ask him, like, did you have to actually perform the entire movie in front of these guys? Did James Mangold...
What is his rate?
Did James Mangold hand you the script, be like, this is all happening in your head. Memorize it. And then we'll do the bit. Oh my God. Why is that not a fucking special feature for a movie?
Well, like, think about the scene when Cusack comes out and he's in the room and he's like, hey, and he's still kind of talking like, what's going on? Like, I thought Cusack is kind of nailing it, right? The like, he knows it's not right, but also he's still himself. And then when it cuts to, he's like, why are you showing me these pictures? What's going on? And they hold the mirror up and he's like, ah! And it cuts to the real body.
Pruitt Taylor Vince,
and it's like, that's not me. I was like, this is kind of fucking rad. Like, dude, this is the one part where that does pay off.
It pays off really well. He's so good.
And the cuts between him and Cusack are done really, again, that's that early Mangold where it's like, we didn't realize this guy had way bigger things in his future.
Yeah.
Right? And you're like, that's like just a very sure hand. But you're like, I would have liked that too. Weirdly, this is like the, this isn't you're getting peanut butter in my jelly. You know what I mean? Like, these are like two good things that it's like, these are not like, this is peanut butter and SpaghettiOs. Like, I'll eat both happily. Peanut butter and ramen. And it's like, both can be great. When they're together, I can still enjoy it, but it's bringing the vibes down a bit. Dude, if we had the pull to hire him, you'd be like, can you just make this for us? Can you just make this for us? And we'll film it. We'll get a black box.
That's it. That's actually okay. Of all the iconography in the world, like movie making stuff,
and
like
he's literally strapped in a fucking chair. He doesn't even have to move. We don't even have to block.
I just want Pruitt Taylor Vince in my life. I just want Pruitt Taylor Vince. Honestly, he doesn't even have to do the whole movie. I mean, that would be ideal. Okay. But like, if I could just get him to do one scene with his eyes closed, like
no, all of the scenes, and we're not even going to pay his rate. We're going to see if he's on Cameo right now when the show ends. And be like, we have the weirdest Cameo request for you.
Pruitt Taylor Vince.
Will you strap yourself in a chair and read the whole script for Identity? That's it. That's all we want.
For those of you who are part of the Patreon, I want to thank you for your years of patronage, because this is where all the ducats are going.
Every dollar we've ever made towards Patreon, I'm willing to put into this mission right now. Fuck, that would be awesome, dude. I actually can't believe they didn't. But see, this is the thing. That's the other weird thing about the movie is when that reveal drops.
He's not on Cameo.
It's so close to the end of the movie.
Yeah.
They're like, we don't even have time to cut back to him enough. And you can't cut early because then. And that's the other thing. Most of the movie happens before they even roll him in. So they probably drop in on just Ray Liotta going, why is your bat in his fucking neck? And the judge is like, I'm not releasing this guy. What the fuck?
This is fucking crazy. He's so good.
So the guys who were driving him there had to hear this all from the back seat. And they're just like, dear God. What'd you guys feed him tonight? He's out of control.
I truly and we talked about this. I don't know if we did a Superman pod. We probably didn't. But Pruitt Taylor.
I don't think so.
Pruitt Taylor Vince is one of the great character actors, unsung heroes. He made both of us cry during Superman. I've loved him.
Well, everyone does the guy with the eye, and I was like, yes, but that's not. He's incredible.
He did. He was Beansy in the Constantine movie with Keanu. He was also so fucking good. The scene when
he drinks himself to death.
He's so good. God. He's so good, and it is it was so fun because again, I knew the twist. I completely forgotten it was him. And it was him, and I'm like, oh my God, this movie is now 100% better. And yes.
Maybe the twist is it is the best choice for the movie. I don't know. Because we did get him.
I mean, we did get Pruitt. Maybe it is the best choice.
Alfred Molina.
But see, I do think that this movie can exist without the twist. You just have to do a 12 Angry Men thing at the very end. Yeah, everyone's in the same room doing the Agatha Christie thing. That's a good way to do it, I think. But with the twist, I will say, James Mangold, hats off. Pruitt Taylor Vince is the way to go. Nice job.
So good. What great casting.
I mean, it's
this
just
is
incredible.
one of those, had they had the Oscar back then for group cast, and I know people would be like, you think Identity should have won an Oscar? And I was like, they could have been nominated for casting. This cast all went on to become very beloved. Yeah, it's a great fucking cast. I'm sure there were all kinds of other fucking movies that year that would have annihilated it. But again,
whatever.
I think this is an insane collection of talent. Really, really fucking good. All right, let's talk about some of the murders as it's unfolding, right? Because, of course, we got Cusack.
Sure.
Here's the other thing that kind of hurts the movie, too, to me, as much as we just talked about how much we love the cast. Once you do the reveal, it takes kind of the whole drama of the whole scene off, and it's almost like we're just watching scenes of a life, right? There's a lady who was pregnant, and then she lied to the guy, and she wasn't really pregnant, and that feels very male POV. Okay, it is male POV. Whatever. Right? Killing cops and then coming in. To be fair, this is written by the personality.
To be fair, this is also written by the same guy who wrote Jack Frost, so let's just...
Which Jack Frost?
You know which Jack Frost I'm talking about. Not
the serial killer Jack Frost?
How about this? Not the Michael Keaton one.
Good. Yeah. So this was the Shannon Elizabeth takes a bath with the snowman, Jack
Correct.
Frost. Gotcha.
Correct.
But the weirdest thing, Cusack has a scene that I fucking love in this movie. Also, John Hawkes is definitely a boyfriend who was going to make her an honest woman. She's just like, you know what I don't like? 2-bit whores, trash. Yeah. And it's like,
dude,
hey,
he fucking down, dude. Grills her like, dude, customer. Relax.
Yeah, he acts like he has to walk up and keep slapping dicks out of her mouth. It's like she's just trying to get a sandwich.
She's trying to get a room, you asshole.
And you're like, every time they're like, hey, can you do something? He's like, not at that 2-bit cocksuckers over there in my highlight. It's like, all right.
Jesus,
so that one we psychologically nailed. Bring it down a notch.
Yeah.
There's a scene that Cusack crushes in this. And I love this phase of Cusack. He kind of had this, was still enough to be the leading man, but of smaller films. And he's never been quite like the action guy, but he's so fucking good at just charming conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he has an air, he's good as a detective, but he doesn't read as a detective to me.
Yeah.
Except for the scene. I love this fucking scene. It's the thing I remembered most about the movie, except for the twist, was when he's taking pictures of the dead boyfriend, right? And she's like, why, you were a cop? What happened? He's like, well, I was just seeing all that stuff over and over and over again, right? I was losing my light, whatever. And he goes, one day I got called out on a jumper. And I went out and I was talking to her and I was talking her back and she just kept asking me. She's like, what reason? She's telling her the whole story. She got AIDS. She got knocked up when she's very young, right? It's a tragic story. And she looked at him dead in the eye, and she just goes, you know, what do I have to live for? And he goes, and she saw me hesitate. She saw it in my face that I couldn't come up with a fucking reason for her to live. Mm-hmm. And she fucking jumped. And he's like, it just kind of ended him, right? It chewed him up. And I was like, holy shit, dude. Love this beat. What great great moment. And Cusack nails it, dude. It's so, he's not doing the like, and I was broken. It's so subdued. Like he's already been beaten, right? It's very Manchester by the Sea.
I think Cusack's particularly talented with that.
Oh, he's so good in it. This is one of the things, though, that kind of chaps my ass. Right after that, when the body's gone.
Yeah.
You're like, so that all that heart and beef, it's like, where did that come from? The sick, twisted mind of this fucking hotel murderer? Like, that's the thing. It invalidates all of the heart and empathy that this incredible cast imbues these characters with.
Yeah.
Immediately, like John C. McGinley getting smashed in the dumpster is devastating.
That
and
actually
they just pull back and he's not there.
See, this
like,
is
it
like
does feel like a bit of a waste of like the incredible work these actors are doing.
There's just this is like the part where twists like this. This is where you need. I can't believe it, but like this is where you need like the kind of attention that like Shyamalan paid on Sixth Sense, where you're like,
yep,
these are really important things to like remember. And like, granted, you could also interpret them as like clues for the movie itself and say like, oh yeah, that's how you knew that it was like all fantasy, all in someone's brain, anything like that. But like, I agree. I actually think it's kind of cheap and doesn't really service the plot at all. And it actually kind of like, it does weaken the rest of the movie. And it kind of, we've watched movies like this. We've talked about this a lot. Like if you have like a twist that invalidates the premise of the movie, or like the procedure itself, I do think that really kind of like damages the ability for you to like enjoy however much longer you have after the twist is revealed. Which is why like,
and it's
you got to
also
get
like
out of that movie fast if you do that.
Does the audience feel cheated? Like, can I ever rewatch this again? Like, why would I buy it on Blu-ray? I'm not going to watch Identity
you have to get out in my life so fast after you reveal a twist.
Once they send him back in, he literally walks into the motel and shoots Ray Liotta, and we're done.
Sure.
So they do a good job of that. But it is like, think of John Hawkes' moment. That's another great moment where John Hawkes is like, I lost everything in Reno, man. And I came and I was looking for a room. I ran out of gas. This is where I stopped. And I went and found him, and the old man was dead, and a car pulled up, and I didn't know what to do. And they asked for a room. And he handed me money. I had none. And I gave him a room key, and I just kept going. And I put him in the fridge, not to like hide a crime, but like, you know, to keep him fresh in case anyone comes. And it's like, it's just great kind of character actor stuff. You're giving him those kind of scripts. So like, I know exactly what to do with this. And it's great. And then at the end, it's like, instead of being, and again, Shyamalan gets dunked on all the time for like, oh, he's the twist guy, because he just kept doing that. And to your point, he didn't pay the same attention he did with Sixth Sense, where it's also masterfully rubbed in our noses and we didn't see it, right?
Paced properly.
The rest are just like thrown in, right? And this one's very thrown in. Mm-hmm. There is a part of you that just goes, who is this? Like just one of those things that like they expect us to know that when someone has this disorder, that the characters and split personalities start writing themselves from another pool of things that I don't know about? Or
there's
this
like
his like, that's what I mean. Is this his life? And like, then you're giving a lot of this fucking empathy to this guy who brutally murdered all these teens in a thing. And then it's just the little fucking kid at the end. Like, so it's one of those where you're just like, oh man, I literally just said that I would give this movie a best casting director nomination because they did such a good job. Mm-hmm. And then at the end, it's like you kind of just mooned them, right? It's like your friends like,
it is like a middle finger to the cast. You're like, yeah, fuck off. Like, it is just this weird.
Nice try, Figments.
But that's like the kind of disappointing thing about
you turn them into the Walk of Fame Superman and Spider-Man.
That's sort of like the disappointing thing about the movie. And sort of why I think it is just like straight mid, like just down the line.
Yeah, it's maybe you'll watch it twice,
maybe
in a lifetime, but maybe a third if you're like, oh, you haven't seen that. This is exactly your kind. But like,
it's just missing that.
That's a limiting thing.
it's missing that, like, yeah, it's missing that attention to detail that only comes from, and look, James Mangold's gone on to fucking make some fucking heaters, man. Like, there's no doubt about it. But it's missing that thing that comes from, I think, like, extra attention that, you know, if you wrote it, you might pay more attention to it, you know?
I think what it is really is I think
and
this
I don't
is
blame
just
James
an equation.
Mangold, by the way.
No. I think this is just a script where it's like, if you want to make this movie and you want to do this reveal and you want this motel and you want this group of characters, I think there's a ceiling to what that movie could be.
Sure.
Right? I think if you got the best screenwriter of all time, the best director of all time, the best actors of all time, the best fucking score of all time, I don't think this movie is even 10% better than it is. I think this is the kind of movie where you take someone on the rise like a James Mangold, you get some experienced, seasoned veteran actors that know exactly how to do this kind of ensemble piece, and they give you a script that at its very maximum, right? To do the pizza analogy, the highest end this will ever be is Pizza Hut. But if you do it bad, if you get a worse director and a worse writer and worse actors, now you're talking about 3-day-old gas station pizza. Still edible on a bad day, not good.
Yeah.
And I think that's the studio math you do. It's engaging enough. We can use it as a testing ground for new and recycle old talent in that we know is somewhat of a commodity.
Sure.
It's a familiar kind of game that, like, that generation before us fucking loved that shit. And I think you're just like, one of the things I think we forget, not every movie coming out, not every movie written, definitely not every movie produced and optioned by the studios, all that shit.
Right.
Not every movie thinks it's groundbreaking cinema. Not every movie believes it's going to be the best movie ever.
Sure.
Not every movie's like, we're going to be the best movie of this year and be up for awards and whatever. Sometimes people can just look at something and say, that's going to be at least an enjoyable theatrical experience.
Sure.
And we think we can make some money on it. That's all this is. This movie knew exactly what the fuck it was, and it didn't try to take things out to make a stronger, different piece. They thought this combination gave them the highest percentage of an enjoyable day at the movies.
Yeah.
And weirdly, I think their math is pretty fucking spot on.
Pretty good. Yeah, we're like a 90%. We're a solid A- for that. Like,
yeah, this is like a 90% C- movie, if that makes sense.
Like, no, it's I got to the movies because I wanted to see this movie. Like, this is the thing.
Did you go back and rewatch the trailer, by the way?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so I didn't, and this just struck me. They sold this as a murder mystery at a motel, I'm assuming.
Yeah. No.
Okay, so yeah,
they
you
don't
still
reveal
got the movie you
again,
wanted.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, so when you go to the movies now, we have it's 2003 still in this movie, by the way. So like the information you have at your disposal is still pretty limited. Like, we have the internet and everything like that, but like we don't have anybody like the amount of
we
information.
weren't wasting a lot of internet time on identity.
Yeah, like the amount of internet information, the amount of information you have to making a decision about going into the movies now is so. Ryan Gosling said this after Project Hail Mary came out, and I agree with him. It's like, it's not the audience's job to get back to the theater.
No.
It's our job to make movies good enough to get them back there. And I'm like, that's true. And I think the real problem is that the information that you have available to you all the time really does cut into your ability to say, I'm going to make an uninformed decision to go to the movies. Like, I still try to just go to the movies for stuff.
There's no way this wouldn't be ruined if it came out right now.
I don't want to look up stuff. Like, I try my very best not to look up other than the fucking superhero movies. Cause again, I just don't care. But like, I spend so much time for original movies, particularly, like, I don't want to know. We saw Project Hail Mary. I was like, I don't want to know what the fucking movie's about. I just want to go in and experience it. Like, going in and experiencing movies like this, and Identity is a great example.
Best movie of the year, by the way. Go see Project Hail Mary.
Oh my God, absolutely.
And for the record, the best audiobook I've ever sat through in my life. Like, it's 10 times better than the movie.
Which is saying
That's
something.
how fucking awesome this thing
how
is.
good
The movie's great.
Yeah.
That audiobook is legitimately the best audiobook I've ever listened to.
But
neither here nor there, just a plug.
But I do think
that movie's on life support. It needs our plugs.
Project Hail Mary will be just fine.
How are they going to get to $1 billion without our fucking endorsement? In the middle of our identity pod.
I truly believe, like, it's the fun of walking into this movie in 2003 is just walking into the movie. Not even knowing, like, not knowing there's any, like, that trailer reveals nothing.
I'll do you one better. The joy of this is not only just walking in with no information, but the only thing you know in your gut is that it's probably going to suck. You buy a ticket to this knowing that you're probably not going to be seeing your favorite movie.
Interesting.
And then you walk out and you go, you know what? That was kind of clever. Yeah. And you know what? The actors fucking killed it. And it was a good fucking time. So I think there's a missing element to that too, where when a movie just knows exactly what it is and it's just like, hey, this is a workmanlike attempt at narrative filmmaking. And you go in being like, because that was just something that used to happen more in theatrical. Like, it's in the theater, it's got John Cusack, it's a murder mystery. Or I can see this, McConaughey rom-com, whatever. You're just like, I'm just going to choose the murder mystery, and we go to the movies every weekend. This is what it is. There's a small part of what's lost in the theatrical experience and like the video store is also intentionally giving money for something that you thought most likely would suck.
Mm-hmm.
But you did it anyways because it was culturally built into us, and then you were so pleasantly surprised. Now, I had a person who shit on me on Letterboxd because they're about my Letterboxd. Like, everything you do is a 3.5 and a 4-star, and I was like, because I'm really fucking good with the internet at knowing which movies I will probably like, and I avoid like the plague the ones I know I won't.
I don't want to go see certain movies, and that's me.
We've lost that glorious bar of low expectation that one can easily hurdle.
The last 2 movies I saw that I had no fucking idea what they were other than I had seen the trailer. Project Hail Mary, and I saw Pillion. I saw Pillion, the one with Alexander Skarsgård. I had no idea what I was walking into. It's
weird that you claim you didn't know what that was when you were literally with a party that all decided to cosplay in your fucking gimp suits.
They told me, well, no, but hold on, but hang on. I know that's a funny joke, but I'm telling you, this is what's happened. It's like, that's what I was told it was about. And yes, there are elements of like the BDSM stuff. Like, there's like that Dom submissive thing in it.
Yeah.
It's not like the plot overall is not even close to being what that is about.
Yeah.
And if you had told
me.
At the
midpoint, you released your nipple clamps and you're like, I'm fucking vibing this.
Either way, what I'm saying is I did not know what the content of the story was at all, other than there was Dom sub stuff. It was so much more beautiful and intense than that. And I was like, you could not have paid me to get into this theater, and here I am.
I want to make very clear to the audio audience, I'm just teasing you.
You are.
And secondly, you legitimately did go with a group that needed to cosplay in their outfits.
They did.
And you never told me what you wore.
Oh, I don't have
so
any of that
I invented
stuff.
the nipple clamps and stuff. I assumed you didn't. So you were just the guy in the band t-shirt with all the people on leashes.
I wore my Spice Girls t-shirt. I have a black Spice Girls t-shirt.
That's your version of
that's as Dom sub as I get.
World tee. That's awesome. I love that you're just the guy that's like, yeah, I'm with them. And they're like, zzz,
I wore like a black shirt that before we left, I asked Andrea, I was like, is this okay to wear? And she was like, I don't know. And I'm like, well, I've never watched a fucking Dom sub movie, so you're going to have to help me. And
I love this for you expanding the horizon. You told me the whole story and you're like, I got invited to this thing and they want to dress up, blah, blah. And I realized you never finished.
I know I did not, but
and then I zipped my mask on, right? Like I had no idea. So I wrote a different version of that.
I know. And I get it. And it is like a funny thing because again, like I would never have guessed that's what the movie was about. And obviously I know what the content of the movie is, but
I would do that, but I just have this problem. It's like, if I'm putting on my baseball uniform, I'm hitting balls. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not putting that on.
I chose to, again, like, my participation was not compulsory on my costume. It was,
okay,
come see
me. That's fine. So we have now dropped a twist into our pod, just like the movie.
So if you get to the end, here's the story.
If you made it this far, you just learned some shit. No. Alex, what was the most messed up moment in Identity?
Okay, I gotta say this. And it's truly because I'm a parent now. Watching a mom get hit by a car at like full speed, that fucked me up real fast. Like, I know that's not the most messed up moment, but that fucked me up real fast.
It's bad. That's kind of the start of the movie before you're fully in.
Yeah.
And it's just like, the mom's trying to just like, hey, it'll be okay. This is not good.
Boom!
It makes a like bad choice.
Yeah.
Like bad choice. Like, hey, I'll dance into the road. You're also in the desert. Like when I used to drive to Vegas, you can go a long way without seeing any life or cars. So like it's really sad. And we feel bad because we think this kid just watched his mom get greased. So, like, it is a tough. Then that's where they also start the Wayne's World. And we go back and do the stories. But yeah, no, I think that's a terrifying moment. Imagine being the dad in the rain, twisting those bolts just like, fuck my life. How could this night get any worse? Jesus Christ. That's awful, dude. That's terrible. So, I'm torn between two.
Okay.
Because I think there's one that's kind of like a real world, like, this is fucking insane. The entire tomfoolery of this judge having to come in the middle of the night and not 8 a.m. the next day because they can't, delay a fucking lethal injection. They have to do it at the set time, apparently.
Right.
And he's like, I got to at 3 a.m. watch a one-man fucking black box theater show of all these personalities fucking murdering each other in a motel. Neither here nor there. I think truly the most messed up moment in the film is at the end, we think Amanda Peet has made it, and she's a fucking farmer. And all of a sudden, you see that little kid with his little chubby mitts. Psh, psh, and the way he's slamming that thing in his hand is always, the way they shot it, it's just like weird to me, and I hate it. It like grinds on you. Sure. And he just, she's like, you, because she finds the key in the ground. And Alfred Molina is sitting in the front seat of a car that has a cage. And he's looking at this giant behemoth, multiple murderer. And he thinks with no fucking follow-up appointments, no fucking paperwork, right? The audience sees that the car blew up off camera. There are bodies we didn't see evaporate.
Yeah.
This doctor does so little follow-up because he's riding high on the fucking injustice he's just done. He fucking bilked a judge, a shitty conservative Texas judge. He's like, I got one on the man. My liberal dick is hard. Then he hears this guy mumbling to himself, Then he opens that gate and goes, excuse? And the guy, whores don't get second chances. And he fucking rips Molina apart and fucking kills the driver. And the car just veers off the road.
Guy deserved to escape.
And that guy's going out to do more fucking brutal hotel murders.
The guy earned it.
That's gotta be the wildest fucking thing in a movie that's kind of, by all intent and purpose, not that messed up because it's all fake.
Yeah.
Like Gary Busey getting a bat down his throat is fucking wild. It didn't happen.
Yeah.
Right? So I think the real world stupidity of the doctor who's riding high on his judicial win has to be the most fucked up thing in the movie.
Don't get high on your own supply. Especially when you're some fucking psychiatrist who just did dinner theater for everyone at 1 a.m. No, not cool.
Yeah, he's like, I've been up for 2 days straight, just fucking having espressos, getting ready for this. He forgets at the very base he didn't do an accounting. Also, how does he know those are the only ones? The split personality can't fill that fucking void with some spontaneous new Let's do this one last thing. In this body, let me pull up my letterbox cast list so I can look. Ed, good. All right, keep track on your fingers. Ed is good.
Okay.
Rhodes is bad. We're 1-1.
Okay.
Amanda Peet, good.
Good.
John Hawkes, not so good.
Are we talking
right?
about performances or who they are in his brain?
No. Performances all great. I give every performance. I'm talking about which of his personalities could be the fucking killer.
John Hawkes, no, not great.
Yeah, we're 2-2. Clea Duvall could be the killer. Probably not. John C. McGinley definitely could be the killer, right? He could be that coded like too into the detail stepdad.
Right.
Lou could definitely be the killer. Jake Busey could definitely be the killer.
Right.
The actress could definitely be the killer.
Yeah.
You are talking a literal. There are two that we know couldn't be.
Yeah. One that maybe and six that are
even at your wildest, you'd say maybe the jaded cop and the prostitute who just stole all this money and left a guy tie up. Maybe she killed him too and just saw him. So then the only one in the movie you're like, not him, is the little kid.
Yeah.
So you're talking like a one on what, 8 or 9? So 10 to 30% of this guy's personalities are not completely awful, just not good.
Yeah.
Right? Like she stole a bunch of money. John Cusack's punching windows out to steal phones from actresses, which we like because she sucks. But every other personality sucks. So he kills
60% of this
Amanda
guy's.
Peet survives.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, so now she's just a thief, but she lives. You don't think that in the next 5 hours that another little personality could crop off of that? And there's a 70% chance it's a murderous piece of shit.
Yeah.
And the doctor opens that screen. That is ridiculous.
Bad math.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know if you can actually just defeat the personalities and now he's just going to live as Amanda Peet forever, or that's going to have consequences. And new personalities are going to fill. Anyway, neither here nor there. We don't need to put more thought into that than they did. I think identity is like a perfect, like, you know what? I've had a long, shitty day. I don't want to have to like be too involved in what I'm watching, which I know is a sin for cinema. But if you haven't had that day, you're not working hard enough in life. Sometimes I just turn something on because I want it to be there.
Yeah.
But also, like, I don't have to give any more of myself. Does that make sense? Like, I gave everything I have today to the world. I want to give nothing else.
I do it all the time. This is why I have. This is why I have like when Andrea knows that this is those 3 financial collapse movies. Those are the ones I put on.
Yeah, Draft Day. That's another of your
Draft
movies.
Day
I know
is another
you do
one
this
of the
with.
ones that I just put on because like I'm not paying attention.
Great.
I know
Airplane movies. That's a great way to classify these.
Airplane movies, yeah.
I just need something to fucking do, but I also want to be alert.
Zone out. I don't want to know anything else about this movie.
And I think this movie's very successful at what they set out to do. And
it's a great airplane movie.
I remember listening to that, 60 songs to explain the 90s.
Yeah.
And on the Hootie and the Blowfish episode, he's talking about how every band should have at least one, like, star thing. Like, one thing, like, I'll go see that live.
Yeah.
And it was Darius Rutger's voice, right? The lead singer of Hootie and the Blowfish. This cast alone is worth going to the theater and buying the ticket.
Worth the price.
So this movie's a win for me. It's a mid-ass movie that rises above that because of the talent involved.
They do well, though.
And it was a fun time. That's it for Identity. Let us towel ourselves off. Oh, wait, we don't have to because it was all in our brain. The only reason we're sweating is because we're a portly man doing a one-man show for God knows how long under the bright lights of justice.
We love you, Pruitt Taylor Vince.
All right, so guys, we forgot. We actually have 2 more wet movies coming this month because we have 5 Wednesdays in April. So we're adding The Last Voyage of the Demeter, a gnarly new kind of take on the Dracula Voyage. Fucking awesome. Great fucking movie. And Sin City, of course, you guys already knew about. So watch those. Get ready. Guys, this April, we are dropping 2 Patreon exclusives that our patrons are picking. We're not even doing polls anymore. They're just telling us things they want to hear, and we're adding them to the roster and letting the D20 gods decide. So this is a great time to join the Patreon. Help support the cause. Messed Up Movies Podcast Patreon. Please, please, please. We work really hard. It would mean the world to us. Go to Indiegogo, type in Mr. Cream Jeans. Join this pod. Be on the pod. Talk about what you want on a messed up movie draft and help us get our first movie out into the world. Please, something free and easy to do. Subscribe to Misfit Parade on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all the places. That would mean the world to us. We'll see you next time.